The California Democratic Council walks side by side with the California Democratic Party, organizing our clubs and being a home for people who are in the clubs as well as activists here at our convention. And so I'm happy to introduce the president of the California Democratic Council and my good friend, Emilie Gatfield.
I'm Emilie Gatfield. I'm the president of the California Democratic Council. We're a statewide organization dedicated to strengthening Democratic clubs throughout the state of California. This year's convention theme is Leading the Charge, which is especially appropriate for the Democratic clubs. If California's Democrats lead the charge, the Democratic clubs supply the foot soldiers. The county committees rely on clubs to do important jobs like tabling, registering voters, and planning events. Candidates and campaigns rely on clubs for field activities, such as door knocking, phone banking, and raising funds. And clubs are uniquely placed to identify and recruit Democratic candidates. Let's look at just a couple of the things that Democratic clubs have achieved over the past couple of years. The Democratic Club of Sunnyvale led the charge for gun safety, passed a ballot measure with 2/3 of the vote, and that measure was upheld against a legal challenge by the NRA. Yeah, thank you. All over the state, I hear people say, people in my community really want to get involved, but they just don't know how. Out in the Central Valley, a young activist wanted to engage her community in the political process, and she found out how. She founded the Central Valley Hmong Democratic Club. Out in Kings County, a county where the last Democratic presidential candidate to win was Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1964. An active young Dem founded the first Democratic club in the county, the Blue Wave. Thank you. A couple of years ago, during a labor dispute, it was the Lake County Stonewall Democratic Club that led the charge to rally support for striking bus drivers. In this election year, campaigns will need strong, active Democratic clubs more than ever. This year, we have the presidential race, an open Senate seat, and we still have to fight for some of our Democratic incumbents in Congress. This year, we need our clubs to lead the charge, to help prove what we've always said, that the power of people is greater than the power of money. This year, thank you. Yes. This year, it's particularly important for our Democratic clubs to work to elect Democrats into offices at all levels, from the White House all the way down the ticket. Now, have you ever noticed that no one ever says, this will be the least important election of our lifetime? That's because as time goes on, it seems as though the stakes just become greater and greater. With Democrats holding the minority in both houses, much of the progress we've made in the past few decades has been eroded. All over the country on issues like women's health, we are still fighting battles we fought and won in the 1970s. And now we're watching the Republican Congress try to give away our national parks. The stakes have never been higher, and the only way to reverse course is to change the balance of power. Our Democratic clubs will lead the charge. Our clubs will come together to support Democratic candidates, our perfectly imperfect Democratic candidates, warts and all, throughout the state. Club members can contribute to campaigns in many ways. With new technology, phone banking can be done from home. We live in the most beautiful state in the nation, and there's really no better way to enjoy that beauty than walking precincts for a great Democratic candidate. We have so many beautiful houses and backyards, And every one of them can be a venue for a fundraiser or a meet and greet for your candidate. And if you don't have time for any of that, you can still write a check. Every dollar counts, particularly in red districts. Speaking of writing checks, each member of every club in this state can contribute simply by joining the DEM 2016 program. With an automatic deduction of as little as $5 per month, it's the easiest way to participate in our successes and demonstrate your commitment to the California Democratic Party. All around the state, Democratic clubs are doing great things to promote our party values, whether it's reaching out into historically underserved communities like the Central Valley Hmong Democratic Club, or organizing a campaign for gun safety as the Democratic Club of Sunnyvale did. Our Democratic Party values include a strong volunteer basis because we know the importance of working for what we believe in. That's why the Democratic Clubs of California will work hard this year, and all the way, the California Democratic Council will be there to support the clubs that lead the charge. Thank you very much.